Hell to you!
The AMX40 is a tier 4 French light tank which is famous for looking like a duck. Almost everyone considers this tank as a joke. Its performance is a joke. Its very existence in real life was a joke. The French in World War II were a joke. Very rarely do people like playing the AMX40 because majority of World of Tanks players are not masochists. This piece of shit is tied with the DW to won the worst tank in World of Tanks award. According to this website, you already are a unicum if you deal 375 damage with this thing. Despite it being absolute shit, there are different reasons on why people buy the AMX40. One of them is to get the ELC AMX. The other reasons revolve around increasing WN8, being a masochist, and humiliating your enemies. This is how to suffer less and enlist into the masochistic brotherhood of the AMX40. You must buy vents, rammer, and gun laying drive. All these are needed to improve the performance of your pathetic blue PVC pipe that you call a gun. Now some people would say,
Now look at this net!
And I would say that it is alright to equip your net instead of vents. With your high quality Chinese PVC pipe, load a lot of gold rounds and a few AP rounds. Your AP rounds are made by French child laborers who were fed nothing but croissants. Use your AP rounds on lower tiered opponents or enemies with extremely thin or flat armor. Use your gold rounds on every other tank with either sloped armor or thick flat armor. Your AP rounds have no chance of damaging the KV-1 and OIE-XP from anywhere. This is why I loaded a fuck ton of gold to at least have a fighting chance against them. If I were to describe the AMX40, if it were a person, I'd say that he was supposed to be the cum shot that his mother should have swallowed. He is the disappointment of the entire family. The no good useless piece of shit who can only show kids below his age who's boss. The AMX's mobility stat is an absolute lie. Its highest speed on flat terrain is around 22 km per hour. If you have off-road driving and brothers in arms, this might increase to a whopping 24. The AMX is like that kind of kid who said he got an A in PE, but actually flunked the fuck out of it and died of obesity 2 years later. It only reaches speeds higher than 30 if another tank pushes it, or when it's going downhill. The Duck's armor is a huge threat against tanks tier 4 and below, unless they are using gold rounds. In a game where you know that you will not meet any higher tiered opponents, lead the charge with your allies. Prove to everyone that the French surrendering immediately in World War II was a lie. The French Revolution was an absolute success. Destroy every fuckboy you see and laugh at their futile efforts to penetrate your armor. Unfortunately, anything else above tier 4 will be an absolute threat. Here's where tier 5 guns and above can penetrate your armor from the front. As you can see, you're fucked. So lower your chances of being hit by staying far away from higher tiers and keep on moving, so SPGs won't fuck you up. When you face against fuckboys of any tier, always angle yourself to lower the risk of death. Side scraping is a similar technique. Your gun is something not to be proud of, just like you to your parents. Just kidding. But this shitty gun is still a gun. This thing just fires baguettes. The AMX40 has the accuracy of the Russian IS, very unreasonable reload speed and slow shell velocity. It also has the penetration values of a tier 3 gun. To increase your chances of tickling the enemy, hide behind bushes and wait until your reticle is small enough. Since the Duck has a slow shell velocity, aim ahead of where your moving target is going. If you feel like you haven't spent enough on the AMX40, increase your survival rate by purchasing Camo Paint, sponsored by the country where luxurious designer brands such as Louis Vuitton and Hermes came from. Featuring original and amazing designs like cocaine strips, forest dump, and beach menstruation. You will most likely not get the money you spent back easily, even if you do well in this tank. Always bring a repair kit, a first aid kit, and a fire extinguisher or strong coffee. The Duck may not receive that much module damage because it will be dead before it does, but bring them just in case. We will now prioritize increasing your driver's skill and your tank's survival. Start training your entire crew with camouflage. After that, train mentor, snapshot and off-road driving. For your third skill, train recon. some beneficial gunner skill of your choice, and finally, clutch breaking. If ever you do reach your 4th skill, drop everything for brothers in arms and replace mentor with situational awareness. Then pick whatever skill you want. You still have repairs to train. Also, stop playing a tier 4 this much, you filthy seal clipper. This is the correct way on how to play the baguette delivery van. Now go out there and publicly humiliate faggots for their lack of skill. Thank you for watching, you cheeky scrub lord. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Sony Vegas fucked up 2 weeks ago and reset my progress back to 0. By the way, there's this one guy I want you to check out. Her name's Sweet Little Aki and she releases more Unicum guides than I do. Subscribe to her. Stay in this channel for high quality content and stay in hers for good, more frequent content. So yeah, check out the tanks I made too. They're pretty cool. Anyways, go do something more productive like watching Konosuba, browsing R34, subscribing to my channel, and stop watching this video. Hey, I see you. Yes you, the dude with the short hair. Stop masturbating over there. Stop it. I'll cut it off.